Bruce, first of all, congratulations on getting back to your second Stanley Cup final. What in your mind is different for you? Not necessarily the team, not necessarily the situation, but you as a person, you as a coach, as you prepare this go-round.
Well, I'm better prepared this time. I think things happened fast the last time with Boston, and all of a sudden you're into it, right? You have some experience to draw on, especially the final. I think once you get going early on the earlier rounds, sometimes it takes care of itself. Now you have a little more time, a little more attention. There's a lot more going on, so I'm a little more probably business-like. And not that you didn't take it seriously last time, but we had 10 days to kill, so there was a lot of stuff you're trying to plan for that's probably outside of actually just getting into playing.
And you said it, you had a lot of time to kill with that Bruin team in 2019 before you played the Blues. Your opponent this year has that circumstance. So, I mean, does that impact the way you talk to your team at all, that you went through something like that and know some of the challenges that they may or may not face?
We'll talk about that tomorrow, that there is an opportunity. Now, I'll say this, we won our first game out of that break. We were not good early, and we found a way to stay in the game. And I don't know, I don't know how Florida will handle it, but I suspect there'll be some level of the competitive rust, because it's hard to ask your players when you have 10 days off, okay, let's get after it and run each other, and you're going to see, you just don't want to do that. You don't want to risk injury, and you don't. It's that simple. So that's the part I think will be tougher for Florida. But now we've had 5 or 6 days off too, so we start to lose a bit of that too. So I think both teams will probably have to find that part of it.
Bruce, why do you think your team is here today? You came in, it's your first year in Vegas, you had to get acclimated to a new situation, new team, new style of life, obviously, here in Las Vegas, but why do you think it's all come together and you guys are here now?
Well, we've got good players in the room. I think that's first and foremost, and better health than last year. We've had guys in and out, but in general, the top guys, I think Jack Eichel feels great about his health. Mark Stone had a surgery and goes into the playoffs, complete unknown. He's feeling like he can go through the trenches, and he did against Winnipeg. We found out right away. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And I think there's guys with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, right? They've been close but not quite there, and they know that it's right there in front of them. And then you get a little momentum in the playoffs, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, why not us type of mentality, and I think we have that.
Does the coach have maybe a little chip on his shoulder too? You were in Game 7.
The coach wants to get back and win, yes, absolutely.
I think that's fair to say that was a given, right?
Yes, that's. I would like another shot at it, and here we are.
All right, let me ask you about Jack Eichel, because you mentioned him. I've been just so impressed with his evolution as a player this year. He dealt with the injury last year, come into a new situation. I thought it was really tough to ask him to really do much other than to try to acclimate himself back in last year. But take me through the process with you and Jack Eichel, because certainly he's a great talent. We know that. But boy, oh boy, his 200-foot game, I think, has really blossomed this season.
Yeah, we met in Massachusetts in July after, there was some downtime, and we talked about the 200-foot player, what it takes to be a true number one center in this league. Was he willing to do some of those things? And we talked about those things, and then what did he need from his coach to get him there? So, whether it's ice time, line mates, trust, all those things that you have to give the player, as well as if you expect something back. So, and I thought it worked out from day one. He was very good in our system because he can close quick. He's got the good first and second step, good hockey IQ, so that wasn't an issue. It was just getting him to make sure he reloads when we lost possession, not kind of wait around to see how it plays out, and use that as as a counterattack measure, and he did a great job. Jack has not wanted to play good defensive hockey for us all year, and it's been great, and that's what you need if you're going to be on the ice for 18 to 20 minutes a night. And I think all our centers are cut. Like Stevenson made his living doing that in Washington. Now he's more of an offensive guy. William Karlsson can do it in his sleep, and your fourth line center Nick Waugh does it because he has to stay in the league, right? So now you've got guys that that are just buying into it. I think that's the other reason we're here, you'd asked earlier, is that we've got really good defensive center along with a big decor.
Let me ask you about your goaltending, because it is an unusual path to go through the year and have, I guess it was 5 different guys, and you've kind of rolled through them. Adin Hill has been great right now, and all the guys that you've asked, have really played well this year. Give me your thoughts on how that's been this year, and more particularly Adin Hill as he looks right now.
Yeah, I called Panger to see if he was ready because we were getting down there.
Good luck there.
So, Well, it's just the way it's worked out.
Yeah.
Honestly, it seems like as soon as one gets hurt, another one's coming back into the mix, right? So we never, like, that conversation was, what's going to happen? We have 4 healthy guys that all want the net. We only have 2 nets. We never really got to that point. So the difficult conversations never happened. But Aiden Hill found his way at the end. He had a really good start for us, him and Logan Thompson. We weren't sure on them. Played great for us. Our system helped them. Now all of a sudden Aiden comes in the middle of the Edmonton series and he's been lights out. I mean, that's a great story. I think that maybe been a little bit overlooked at times, but I hope he gets his due. He deserves it because he's been really good for us.
All right, last thing, Florida Panthers. You go against, coaching-wise, you go up against Paul Maurice. You've probably coached against him a number of different times. What do you make of their run and the way Paul has handled things?
Well, he's obviously got them playing the style of play they wanted to. I mean, they were more of I remember in Boston, they're more of a rush team, Florida, that they'd get out in front of you and gone, and if you could slow that down, you had a much better chance. Where now I think they do a mix of both, right? They get inside, they play below the goal line, so he's done a great job of getting them maybe more of what happens in the playoffs. And then their run as well, it speaks for itself, right? Yeah. They beat the Bruins, the Leafs, and Carolina. I mean, arguably the 3, you throw Jersey in there, I guess, 3 best teams in the East, so they earned their way. So we're looking forward to it. We think we've earned our way as well. We've been at the top of the West all year, so good for Paul. I'm happy for him. He's been in the league a long time, and I think it's his second final as well. So you got 2 guys that want another kick at the Cats, so it should be great.
All right, Bruce, thanks for the time, and good luck moving forward. Look forward to chatting with you throughout.
All right, thanks, EJ.